Welcome to Define Roots, and today we're going to talk about motivation. And so, yesterday I realized that there are going to be times when motivation is not there. And what do you do then? What do you do when the motivation is not there? Well, people say you need discipline because what do you do on a day that, let's say, you don't feel like doing something? Let's say that we are climbing a mountain and we don't feel like climbing the mountain. We just want to be right here. We want to be cozy and stand right here. Well, you can stay there until I don't know what day, but whenever that day comes and motivates you, then you go on. But do know that the darkness will come, and when it does, things will come with it, and there is a consequence for that. So, again, let's say we're climbing this mountain, and when we say to ourselves, I don't feel like walking today, so we stay there. That's fine. Just know that when it gets dark, the wolves come out and wild animals begin to appear. And because you didn't feel like doing something, well, now you have nothing to defend yourself with. Because I didn't feel like getting trees. I didn't feel like making a weapon to defend myself. I didn't feel like going to a safe place. I just feel like staying right here. And sometimes that is the price that we pay. And just because I don't feel like doing something doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do it at a maximum capacity. Now again, for instance, let's say that I'm hiking this mountain again, and I say I don't feel like hiking. Well, I was supposed to hike 10 miles, but since right now I'm feeling kind of weak and tired, let's at least hike it to the next checkpoint at, let's say, 7 miles. It's still something, and that brings us to the point of motivation, because these past couple of days I've been feeling kind of heavy, and I realized that when I train or work at the gym, usually I would feel pretty like I want to lift some heavy stuff. But this past couple of days, I've been feeling more like, it's not there. The heaviness is not there. But I push myself beyond where I'm at. I want to get to that point. I want to get to the baseline of wanting to lift heavy. And then what I realized with that is that not every day is the same. There's no two identical days. And let's say if I have the mentality of going like, let's say 100% every day, which is good to a certain degree because everything requires balance. So hypothetically, let's say I say to myself, today I'm feeling kind of weak. Stop being a bitch and do it. And I go to work out, and all of a sudden, like, my tendon is like hard, stiffen up, right? And I go extra hard today, the same baseline as the other days, and I end up ripping my tendon. And so there are a balance between everything is the point here. And motivation is like the wind. It will come and it will go. But when it does come, am I ready to harvest it? Am I ready to harvest that motivation? Because again, let's say that I'm on a boat and the wind comes, it's gonna push my boat quite far, but after it pushes me, what happens? If I depend on motivation to come and push my boat, I might just never get to land. So, on the days that motivation come, things will be easier. Like my workout will be a lot easier. I'll go in and I'll just feel like I can just do extra heavy today with ease. On other days, it feels rather heavy because on those other days, I have to row the boat myself. I have to use 2 paddles and start rowing. And on the days that I'm climbing the mountains, I have to carry extra food because I know that I'll get tired and I need to go further, but it adds extra weight to myself. So motivation, it's like a bonus day. Those days will come. But to depend on motivation, that is like just sitting in a boat, just chilling and just waiting. Like, you know what? I don't feel like rowing today. And that's fine. I don't feel like rowing tomorrow. That's also fine. I don't feel like rowing for a whole week. That's also fine. I don't feel like rowing for a whole month. That's fine too. I don't feel like rowing at all. Well, that's also fine. But do know that if you don't row for a month, your food's gonna go out and you have nowhere to eat. You have nowhere to go. Do know that. Yeah, I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like working out at all. That's okay. But do know that your health is going down. Do know that you're getting weaker. Today, I don't feel like eating healthy. That's fine. Today, tomorrow, this whole week, this whole month, I just feel like eating shit. That's okay. Just know that those little creepies inside your body will begin to form and they'll cause some, slowly but surely, over time, they'll cause some kind of disease and sickness. Do you know that? So there's a price for everything. There's instead of saying price, there is a effect for every action. Every action has its equal reaction. So if I don't do anything, it has the same reaction. So if I don't do anything and I'll stand here, well, I am now open to the wilderness to find me because I'm just standing here. Supposed to, if I did move and I'm conscious about where I do go, now all of a sudden I am putting myself in a position where I'm not in the open. I'm not free meat. People can just come and sweep me away. People can just come and just take me away. I'm vulnerable just by standing there. Now, instead, I tell myself, you know what? I need to get to safety. I need to go somewhere that provides me with shelter. And if there isn't shelter, well, I'm out of luck. I gotta build one. Because it's not always going to be a ready-built shelter in the forest waiting for us to just come in and there's hot dogs in there, there's fire, Netflix, 5G internet. It's like a cabin in the woods just waiting for us to come there. No. Well, it'd be cool if it was, but 9 out of 10 is not like that. The same way, motivation, it's like the Netflix of nature. It just gives you like a free subscription for like a day or two, and it's gone. But when it's there, we gotta be in the right, have everything prepared to enjoy it. Just like when the wind comes and we're on this boat. If we don't have the sail, it doesn't matter what kind of wind comes, we won't be able to harvest it. Like, yeah, it'll push our boat like a little bit, but that's cool. But imagine what it would be like if you had a sail and then when the wind comes, it pushes us like man, you just feel the riding this wind, riding this wave, and it's such force that you can't even fathom, because it's all done from the preparation and the discipline of staying committed to what we do, and knowing that motivation just comes and goes. Right? Let's say it's raining, and I say, well, when it's raining, I'm not gonna go farm because you don't farm in the rain. And it's like, okay, instead of, well, every day I farm, I gotta stay disciplined, right? Well, then let's say today we don't farm. What can we do? We can do something that revolves around farming. So let's say I sharpen my blade, sharpen my shovel, sharpen my whatever tool I have to use for farming. But when it stops raining, my tools are ready to go. I'm ready to cut stuff down. I'm ready to shovel. I'm ready to go to work when day comes. When it's raining, I'll massage my shoulders. I make sure I eat good. I make sure I restore my power. So when the day comes, I'm ready to harvest it. There's no wind today, but you know what? I'm gonna make the sail today. I'm gonna improve it. I'm gonna make it stronger. I'm gonna make it bigger. There's no wind. Why am I working on the sail? Well, when the day comes, I'm ready. Why am I picking up sticks in the forest? Why am I picking up rocks in the forest? There's no danger. Well, when danger do come, I'm ready. I don't pick up sticks on the day that I see a wolf. I don't create a weapon the day that I see a bear. I don't run or practice running the moment I see a wild animal. I do all of that beforehand, so when the moment comes, I'm ready to face it. Just like when the wind comes, I'm ready to face it, ready to harvest it. Just like when it's raining, when it stops raining, I am ready to go to work. And all that preparation, and it meets the opportunity, that's what you call luck. Well, some call luck. But it's all preparation and discipline. Luck is just a word for the perfect, not necessarily perfect, but it is the intersection between the two. And without the preparation, there is no luck. The luck just is another word for being ready for it and not do it when it is there. And motivation, it comes and goes. And some days are heavy, some days are easier. But on the heavier days, I realize that I can do other things. I can do things that doesn't necessarily, it's not like the same as I do every day. Like let's say I'm making this podcast. There are days where I just don't feel like doing it. But on those days, I can do other things, you know? And I feel like it's like when it comes down to not feeling it, well then do it in that condition. It doesn't have to be bright and upright all the time. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's sideways, sometimes it's up. You know, sometimes you watch a good movie, sometimes you watch a movie, you're like, damn, I wasted my money on that shit. And other times you're like, what the hell did I just watch? But we need to have the bad to have the good, and vice versa. And that's the balance of life. So again, motivation, it comes and goes. Never depend on that, because imagine the wind as the motivation. Am I gonna sit here and wait for the wind to come and push me away? Even when I don't have a sail? That's crazy. Well, and On days where I just don't feel like doing something, on the days that we just don't feel like doing anything at all, we can do something that revolves around our objective. If I want to lose weight today and I don't feel like eating healthy, we'll just eat less. Let's suppose that I'm ready to devour this cake, right? And then I tell myself, well, I deserve this cake. I'm gonna eat this whole cake. But then I tell myself, damn it, you know what? Let's just eat half. That's something. You get to splurge on your whatever motivation or whatever that is, but then you do it less. It's supposed to being the whole thing. There's always something to be done with something. There's never... Can't do everything every day. But you can do something every day. You can't do 100% every day, but you can do some percent every day. The higher, the better. And that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. And just know how beautiful you are. We only have one path in life, and we all are going to the same place. And what we do from now until that point matters, because it's our path, and whatever we decide to do is what we'll experience. If you don't do anything, we'll just experience the random things in life. And both is fine, but they all have its own you could say cause. Doing nothing, you get nothing. Do something, you get something. Either way, it's fine. If whatever floats your boat, they say. But do know that there's a price for everything. And that's going to be it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.